You are much more than your body. And you existed long before you came into this body. And you will exist long after you leave it. And before you came into this body, you set out a purpose for this lifetime. You set out an MO for what you wanted to experience in this particular lifetime. And when you were doing this, you realized that you would need some additional assistance to help you set up the stage to be able to carry out this life purpose. And so you chose to come into agreement with others like you who were choosing to also come into bodies at the same time. And you went into contract with some of these people so that you would meet down here and interact with each other in specific ways, very specific ways that would trigger, stimulate, and support you on your mission to fulfill your purpose here. And that's where we find ourselves in relationships in our lives. That's how we come into be in relationships with other people, and particularly intimate relationships where we grow very close to another human being, where we choose to live our lives alongside them, in tandem with them. When we commit to them, these people that we find ourselves in intimate partnerships are 100,000 million % here for a reason, a very specific reason, to help you, to facilitate your purpose. Okay? And that's all well and good. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The trouble with relationships comes in when we expect our partners and our relationships to fit a man-made mold or to fit a man-made or human-determined standard for success. Okay. So before you came into this body, you connected with, let's say you have a husband. You connected with the soul of your husband, and you two agreed on some very specific parameters for your interaction in this lifetime. That was going to be for the best and highest good for all involved, okay? No matter what it looked like down here, it was for the best and highest good of all, out of full unconditional love. So we have that contract. Let's say you have that contract with your husband. Then you come to Earth and you're conditioned with, programmed with the existing humans' ideas of what your relationship with your husband should look like. Okay, so you've got your soul contract. Yes, we're going to nail it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. It may suck. There could be some hard things, right? Maybe there's going to be cheating. Maybe there'll be abuse. Maybe there'll be betrayal. Maybe it'll be joy, happiness, and butterflies all the time. And that won't be satisfying, right? But whatever it is, this is what we're going to do because we know that's the highest and best for us both and for our growth as souls. Then we come to Earth, and man, existing humans are like, what? Abuse, betrayal, infidelity, being too happy? Nah, you can't do that here. That's not what you do here. That's not what we're doing here. Okay. And so what happens is you start to have some conflict, right? You start to believe what other people are saying your relationship should look like. And you start to look at your relationship and see it's not fitting this mold. And you start to pick it apart. And you start to criticize it. And you criticize yourself. And you criticize your partner, right? And that spirals you into a lot of unhappiness and conflict, okay? And the truth is, you were never meant to ever be in a relationship with that person in the way that you're being told you should be. You were never meant to be. That's not what you came here for. That's not how you'll grow. That's not how you're learning your lessons here. That's not from love, okay? You were meant to have the relationship you two souls agreed to have, okay? That may not fit societal standard, okay? And you're still meant to do it. So if you are having relationship problems, we need to look at this. We need to look at yours and your partner's soul contract. We need to look at the source. We need to look at what it is that you two agreed to do here so that you can focus on that and get rid of the noise of what you're being told you're supposed to be doing here. And that's where I can help you. And so for the month of February, I'm going to be focused fully on relationships. It's Valentine's Day. I got to get into this. Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. It's also 3 days before my birthday. That probably has something to do with it. So for the month of February, I'm going to be talking about this quite a bit, the nature of relationships and my understanding from my channeling and my work as a psychic to help you to understand your relationships, to help you to repair your relationships. And I'm also going to be available for relationship readings for the month of February, where I will be looking at your life purpose, your partner's life purpose, and your soul contract to see and give you clarity, crystal clarity on what it is you're even supposed to be doing with that person. And I will be channeling your higher self for some really specific information on how you can take action right away, like how you can shift in your relationship right away so that you are no longer in pain over it, okay? Whether that's staying with that person, leaving that person, whatever that looks like, it doesn't have to mean you're leaving. It doesn't have to mean you're staying. Okay, this is not the work we're doing. The work we're doing here is to help you to understand why you're even with that person so that you can choose what you're going to do next. Okay, this will eliminate a lot of your pain in your relationships, these readings. So I will drop the link for that below. And I look forward to discussing this topic with you guys even further. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know.